What's up?
I got a really stupid yet funny joke to tell Pete.
Oh, what is it? Tell me.
It's a peanut joke.
All right, I can't wait. Our internet connection is unstable, it says.
Well, that is fitting with both of your personalities. So,
I'd say so.
Hey, Pete, what happened to the female peanut that was walking down a dark street?
she was shelled.
No, she was assaulted.
Now, here's the funniest part of that joke. You're more likely to be sexually assaulted as a male than a female.
Only if you're in prison.
Well, good point.
Don't drop the soap.
Also, good advice.
Let's do it. It's just us today. No Sarah, nothing, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's the A-team is what I like to call it.
I see. All right, let's hear it.
All right, here we go. We're on the way. Welcome to a very special edition of The Shin Show. I'm your host, Pete Shin, in an undisclosed location on the East Coast, as I usually am. With me, my beloved wife, Elsie. Hello, Elsie.
Hello.
And joining me from an undisclosed location in the Intermountain region of the western United States is my brother, Guy Shin, and his son, Kyler Shin. Hello, Guy and Kyler.
Hello.
All right, very good.
A big Shin Show salute to you.
Oh, man.
I liked that. That was good. I
really did. That was like a mile-high salute. Not that you're in the mile-high city necessarily, or even near it. You're in an undisclosed location in the Intermountain West. So right. I want to start off the show. Usually I start off with some personal news, so I'm going to start off with some personal news. Okay? Or do you guys want to go first?
You first.
All right. Well, all right. So my personal news is that I was vacuuming yesterday. And, of course, I often start off my personal news by going over my household chores. But this time it's different because I was down here vacuuming the furniture in the basement. And oftentimes our cat sits on top of the sound booth. So I thought I'd better run a vacuum over the top of the sound booth where she likes to sit. A lot of cat hair gets up there. I get on a chair. I look up there. And it's not just cat hair up there, Guy. It's cat shit.
Cat poop, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's dry and crusty, but nevertheless, it's up there. So
was it white? Had it been up there long enough to turn white?
No, not quite. No, it was still brown, but yet it was crustaceous.
All right.
So naturally, I was distraught, but I got over it. I cleaned it up. But it does lend itself to the idea that this podcast is shit.
I see. I get it.
It's below shit, to be quite frank.
That's true. It's underneath shit. So there you go. Anyway, that's my personal news. Also, I do have one other piece of personal news, which is that I'm absolutely crushing fantasy football this week. So
that's good.
Yeah, it is. So despite the fact that our two family teams, which are the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars, both lost.
Suck.
Yeah, well, they lost.
Do you win any money for this fantasy thing?
No, I win the opportunity not to wear a silly tie. So
I see.
Yeah. So
it's a bet then.
It's bragging rights. That's all it is. Yeah. It's not worth a shit, really. You get right down to it. But
we have a football pool at work, and if you put $5 in, I think you win like $50 or something like that. If you win the pool, but I've never wasted my money on it because I don't think I would win.
That's very sensible. You probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right. So, any personal news this week? I think
Kyler has personal news.
Yeah. Yeah. Lay it on us, Kyler. Speak right into the microphone. Don't be shy.
Go ahead.
What's going on? What's up?
I had a small mishap with the cops.
Define small. How small are we talking here? You murdered a small creature. You vandalized, you robbed somebody. What's going on?
Theft and defacing of property.
Oh, shit.
What happened? So you're 11 years old. How can you steal and deface property? How is that even possible for an 11-year-old?
Did you pee on something? Did you shit on a sound booth?
Seems unlikely. Let the lad tell his tale.
No. There's a house that's for sale, and I looked in the shed behind it and saw like 2 shelves full of spray paint, so I got my buddies together and we stole it and did graffiti in a tunnel, and apparently
that's against the law.
Yeah, well,
apparently that's frowned upon in this establishment.
Apparently Officer Doolittle has something against me for no reason. he acts like I killed someone.
Well,
I mean, come on, dude.
It was quite a scene. Tell him the best part, Kyler.
I got to go to court, and I have to hire a lawyer, and
I have to hire a lawyer. It cost me $2,000. Isn't that fun?
$1,500.
Not including the fine. Anyways.
Delete Facebook, hit the gym, lawyer up.
Yeah. Well, so these youthful hijinks in my day were dealt with a swift beating, generally speaking, rather than.
Yeah. So was there a beating? Did a beating?
No
take
beating.
place?
But according to Kira's kid, it's hereditary because he did the same thing.
Is that so? Yeah, it kind of runs in the family. It does sound like a very Shin adventure.
It really does.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I think the good news here is they weren't huffing the paint.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good point.
Well, however, they did accuse him of being high. Officer Doolittle had him up on the wall, man, like they just were involved in a drive-by, man.
All right.
I had to tell him that that's enough now.
All right. Now, just to be clear, Officer Doolittle is not this gentleman's real name. It's Officer Smith is his real name.
He's not do a lot.
If that's what you mean.
Actually,
His real name is Officer, pardon my French, but Officer Little Dick.
that's what we've been referring to.
Anyway, here's the point. The point is that actually, although it's youthful hijinks, it's also not a good thing to run into the law, as I'm sure your father is telling you as he's writing a check for $2,000.
Right. So what are you doing to work back this $2,000 you now owe your father?
Well, nothing. What can you do? How can an 11-year-old come up with $1,500?
Well, snow shoveling. There's snow shoveling. There's a paper, paper out. He could do dog walking.
All the house chores for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he could do all those things. Or none of those things.
Well, Christmas. It's 3 Christmases worth of shit is what it is.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Or
true.
A good beating.
One savage beating.
Just one savage beating.
All right. Kyler's just laughing out loud at that concept. So I think that's probably not going to happen. Well, that's some interesting personal news. We're running with the law. Let's all try to avoid those, shall we? Because they're bad. Okay. It's not good.
First rule of committing crimes is don't get caught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the second rule of committing crimes is try not to commit any crimes.
Right.
Says the man who speeds every day.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I actually might have had that reversed. Good point.
Actually, the first rule is if you get caught, don't tell your mom.
I don't know.
Here,
No.
I have some sound advice for our listeners. Never cop to anything. Okay. You have
Right.
the right to remain silent.
It's true.
Okay.
Yep.
And you should use that. Well, I
Them
argued
prove
with
you.
Officer Doolittle. I argued with Officer Doolittle. I said, "Do you intend to charge him with the crime?" And he said, "Yes, I do." And I said, "Well, at the point that you intend to charge him with the crime, you have to Mirandize him." And he said, "No, I don't." And I said, "Yeah, you do. Kids have rights too, Officer Doolittle."
Yep.
And so he put his hand on his gun and said, "If you're going to cause trouble, we can make this easier. We can make it hard."
Officer Little Dick.
Anyway, I got into it with Officer Doolittle, and needless to say, it didn't turn out good.
I see. So this is another reason for you, Kyler, to avoid the law, so that your beloved father can avoid the law.
I don't do well with authority. In case you haven't noticed.
I hadn't noticed, no, but I'm glad you shared that. What a trip, am I right? What a trip. Well,
Right, yeah.
yeah. So
The joy of parenthood.
Yeah. So when's the court date?
We don't know. The lawyer is rescheduling it as we speak.
I see. Well, perhaps it'll all go away with sufficient rescheduling, and perhaps we can cop a deal.
Well, I think it's most likely we'll make some sort of plea deal. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Good President Trump quote right there.
Yeah, well, left to the hands of the attorney. I mean, I'm certain. As much as I'd like to believe I'm an attorney, I'm not one. So,
I mean, you've never technically passed the bar.
right. Technically, I've never passed the bar. That doesn't mean I'm not a web lawyer, just like I'm a web doctor. An internet lawyer, just like I'm an internet doctor.
But in all fairness, you've never taken the bar. You might pass.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
It's Schrodinger's bar.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Yes. So
I passed the Heath bar. I passed the Snickers bar.
what more do you want, for Christ's sake?
That's right.
All right. So, well, on from the personal news. Let's talk for.
Well,
what?
Like Guy and I don't have personal news.
Well,
We're not people here.
We thought, Guy, I thought your personal news was kind of consumed by your son's personal news, but I could be wrong. Do you have
We've
other
had
personal
something
news?
else, yeah.
No. I thought Elsie had some personal
She
news.
probably does. Let's hear it.
I'm just happy to say that after watching my husband diligently do his push-ups and sit-ups for the last year, and my having slacked off for 11 months, I've been doing them for the last month again and no longer feel like a fat ass.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That's good news. I'm not even going to discuss my weight, but I will say I do have some personal news. That personal news is that Kiera's son is coming to visit me for Thanksgiving, allegedly.
Okay.
He said he was coming for Halloween as well, but he's never actually shown up. So we're we're interested to see whether or not he'll actually come.
Yeah, at this point it's an alleged visit. It's not an actual visit.
However, we did buy a turkey and a ham in the event that he does decide to show up.
Now, this is the son that we did meet at Sydney's graduation. True?
That is true.
The big tall kid.
Yep. Well,
right.
Both of her kids are big, tall kids, as I recall. But nevertheless, and by the way, Kiera, our beloved sister, yours and mine. Your beloved sister-in-law.
And I know who Kiera is. I got Kiera squared away.
Yeah, and then this is her son. One of two sons that she has.
Right. That's why I was curious if it was the one I had met or not.
And it is the one that you met.
The very one.
Well, I hope he shows up so that you didn't buy a turkey and a ham for the two of you. I mean, of course, Patrick will come over.
I'll take it down to the food bank and throw it through the window.
Nice. You know what makes that taste better? A little broken glass.
See where he gets it?
Yeah,
you do.
I do see where he gets it.
Could you at least spray paint the window after you throw a turkey through it?
No, but we will spray paint the turkey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So, I was going to ask you, Guy.
Yeah.
Are you seriously going for the Santa look? My Elsie here mentioned earlier that you are looking very Santa-esque. Are you going for that look? Because it's working for you, brother.
You know, I wasn't really going for it. I'm just unshaven.
Oh, I see.
It is Beardvember, though. I don't know if you knew that or not.
It's No Shave November.
No Shave November.
Oh, I'll be darned. I did not know that, obviously.
Also, you probably can't partake, though, because of your career.
No, so what I say is it's no shave November.
Right. Well, No Shave November, for those not in the know, is the male response to the female's October breast cancer awareness situation. So in November, you're supposed to not shave your beard, and you're supposed to get your friends to pay you not shave your beard, and then that money is supposed to go to charity for prostate cancer.
And in all fairness, I'm a real asshole. So this is, it works for everyone.
I don't think it's ass cancer. I think it's prostate cancer.
That seems like a distinction without much of a difference to me.
Pun intended. or should I say bun intended?
Yeah,
enough of the cheesy jokes.
All right. So good personal news, Elsie. Well done. High five for you.
Thanks.
Good job. All right, so let's dispenses of the personal news for this week, I believe. Now, we did have a listener question this week.
Lay it on me.
All right, so
I'll answer the shit out of it.
I know you will. I know that's right. So the listener question is as follows. How would Nicholas do on a mechanical bull? That's the listener question. And it comes from Sarah Murphy.
I think he'd do quite well.
Really?
Well, I mean, it depends on how much you would have to drink and smoke, but I
Right.
Yeah.
Conversely,
you know what? I changed my answer. There's too many factors. There's too many, there's too many factors to make a real educated guess.
Well, like what kind of factors do you think besides the substance intake?
That's mainly it.
but it's Nick, so the odds of some amount of participation of one or the other.
No. He's doing sober November is what he's doing right now. So he's he's quit drinking here, and he's of course not here to defend himself because he had a social engagement where presumably he's drinking. But
let's talk bad about him then. Shit, he ain't here.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
and while we're at it, let's blame all our problems on him because that's what we do at work.
Oh yeah.
Whoever's not there that day, it's their fault.
Yeah. So, right. So, yeah, my problem is this. I really don't have any problems. So I guess don't have much to blame him for. But
go ahead and say it. Whose fault is it?
It's Nick's.
Yeah.
I actually have a problem. I have a real problem.
Let's hear it.
My problem is that on Google, they say the human eye can only see up to 50 miles in the air. And they also say that the human mile can only see 15 miles flat on the earth until it curves.
Eye can only see 15.
Yeah, that's what he said, I think. Sorry.
Okay.
And so
wait, stop, slow down. Let's get the facts straight. The human eye can only see 50 miles. Can we agree on that?
Yeah. then
Wait a minute. It can only see on flat land 15 miles before the Earth starts to curve.
Yes.
But here's the problem. How can we see the moon? It's 238,000 miles away, but we can only see 50 miles into the air.
Here's the answer to that question. The answer is the moon is over our heads, and the curvature of the Earth is not over our heads. So it's as simple as that.
No,
Well,
there's a difference
no.
between what they're saying. They're saying you can only see 50 miles if you look directly up. But my argument or explanation to the issue is that the light that is being reflected can be seen closer than 50 miles away. So you might not be seeing the moon itself per se because it would be so small, it would be imperceptible, but you're seeing the light that it projects.
Well, it's all Nick's fault. We know that.
Yeah, we know it's Nick's fault. But you are indeed seeing the moon because you can see the craters and whatnot.
Yeah, but Elsie's point is valid. Ultimately, you're seeing an image of the moon that is basically photons of sunlight reflected off the surface of the moon.
What
So
about the sun? Are we just seeing the light from the sun, or are we actually
Yes.
seeing the sun?
Yeah.
How about the stars? Do we see those, or just the light?
Well, you just
Actually,
see the light.
stars are like dead because the light takes so long to
Because
travel
it takes
here.
millions of years. But like I said, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Google is wrong, and I can see 238,000 miles away.
I agree.
Well, you're a badass, so there's that.
You are. And growing that Santa beard does give you magical powers.
So
We
true.
need Sarah here for this question. She's some sort of engineer.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, and this is a thing I really wanted to bring up.
Okay.
And the thing is this. I've just read about this flat Earth movement.
Mhm.
And I'd heard a couple of rumors about it, but apparently these people had a convention here recently that drew people from all over the world
Mhm.
who, when you fly in an airplane and you look outside, you can see that the Earth curves. So how in the world can you fly to a convention about the flat Earth and not on the way there become convinced of your own idiocy?
No, because they're not in the cockpit. You
Oh.
can't really see the curvature of the Earth out of that little window. All you can really see is the wing, because they always put you over the wing.
For whatever reason.
Let's just
Whatever
say these
reason.
people are probably crazy enough that they're not thinking rationally. So
I don't know.
Well, my question is this. If you know that the sun is round, you know that the moon is round, why wouldn't the Earth be round?
Well, they believe the
You know-
Earth is round but flat.
The Earth is
Oh,
not
I
flat. What
understand.
about
I
mountains?
think I
Mountains.
understand what you're saying here.
Mountains are not flat.
Then the rest of the world would be two-dimensional.
Well, more or less. I mean, so essentially we're on a pancake that's fixed, and that doesn't move. By the way, we're on a fixed pancake.
Spinning forever into the ether.
Yes.
yay!
And we're joined now by your beloved niece, Guy, Sarah, and by my beloved daughter, Sarah, and your beloved daughter-in-law, Elsie. Sarah. Sarah, you're so many things to so many people.
Why don't we have any video?
Oh, she,
Because I don't want to run down my battery.
Okay, well, let's pose the same question to Sarah. Have you heard our discussion?
No.
Well, the question is this. If you can only see 50 miles with the naked eye, how can you see the moon, which is 238,000 miles away?
and my answer to that was that and Elsie's answer was that you're seeing.
My answer.
Well, and mine too, because I agree with it, is that you're seeing the reflection of sunlight off the surface of the moon. In fact, you're not really seeing the moon itself.
I disagree.
Well, it's kind of it's okay. Thank you, Sarah. You're gonna adjudicate.
The Santa
that.
beard.
I'm not going to give you any sort of like sciencey answer other than
You're an engineer of some sort.
you're
Give us
right,
a
but
sciencey answer.
yeah, light waves. I don't know.
Okay, good.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's table this query for another time.
I will say this though, is that I'm digging the Santa beard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody seems to, you know what? Everybody really seems to like it, and it just comes from my own sheer fat laziness.
Well,
You gotta. Play,
apparently it's working for you.
yeah, we all got to play to our strengths. Am I right?
Who are you?
It's Sarah Murphy.
Hey.
I think it's Sarah Murphy.
It sure looks like Sarah Murphy.
Hello.
It is.
Sarah Murphy's joining us and just looking at us in silence.
Just staring.
Well, she's smart,
This
so-
is her therapist impression.
Staring intently, but
Silently judging us, thinking how much better she
Try
is.
unplugging and plugging your stuff back in.
Okay, so it's a technical difficulty. I understand. I had some at the beginning as well. Well, anyway, we're joined by Sarah Shin's beloved spouse. I like that. Beloved spouse, Sarah Murphy, as soon as she can get her microphone working. And it's good that you're here, Sarah, because right before the question about the moon and why we can see it and why we can't, we were discussing a couple of different things, including flat earthers. But before flat earthers, we were asking the question, how would Nick do on a mechanical bull? And our considered conclusion is that there are way too many variables to kind of factor in to render a good judgment, but that the primary factor would be related to his substance consumption.
Yes, it's conversely proportionate.
To his
Really? Because my answer was just a flat LOL. Are you fucking kidding me? Poorly.
That's true. He's not the most coordinated of lads, is he?
But he would get up with a lot of confidence and convince you for a moment he might do all right.
That's true. He would. He would approach the bull confidently, then get flung aside.
And then get up and laugh about it. So
That's true.
I've actually been on one before.
You have. How did that go?
I can't remember. I was pretty drunk, but it was in Midland, Texas.
Well, a perfect place for a mechanical bull, really.
Yep.
And what were you doing in Midland? Visiting Kiera's
No,
sons.
I actually had a girlfriend at the time that lived in jail, New Mexico, and we went there to party.
Because who doesn't want to party in Midland, Texas?
Right. The town of Jal had 400 people in it, so Midland was big city, big news.
Yeah, it had. What is Midland? About 30,000, 50,000, something like that.
I don't know. It's not one of my finer moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
As I said, I'd had plenty to drink, but I did get on it.
And obviously you got off it at some point.
Yeah, they got these big cushion padding things around, so you can't really hurt yourself. So I wasn't on it very long. 2 or 3 seconds.
I see. Not the full 8.
I don't think so. No.
You'd have remembered.
is it only 8 seconds?
Yeah.
On a real ride, you only got to stay on 8 seconds.
While you're riding, it feels like an eternity, though, from what I understand.
Yeah. 8 seconds can be a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you only skydive for 20 or something?
No, you like free fall? Yeah. You free fall for, I don't know, it depends. There's a lot
Depends
of
on how
factors.
far you are up, right?
And it depends if you're doing it successfully.
Right.
Yeah, if you could free fall all the way to the ground.
And then it's
Your
substantially,
choice.
it's substantially longer than 8 seconds to free fall, but then the stopping is what really is problematic. at
Very
that point.
short in that
Yeah.
case, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I've skydived once. It was a tandem skydive. In fact, it was in Hawaii over the North Shore, and the most frightening part of the experience was the plane ride up to the point that we got out of the plane. I was never so happy to jump out of an airplane in my life.
Because it was a sketchy plane?
Oh my God. It was like...
They do that on purpose to make it easier for you to jump.
Mission fucking accomplished, I can tell you that. I leaped out of that plane with joy. I'm like, if I'm going to die, I don't want to die in a plane crash. I'd rather just slam into the Pacific
Dying
Ocean.
on my own terms.
Exactly. A man in full. But anyway, so I enjoyed it. But the whole experience was like several minutes, at the point after you jumped out of the plane. Now, it wasn't that long before they pulled the chute. I'd guess probably, you're right, about 10 seconds, something like that. But the guy I was tandem jumping with was like this 22-year-old kid with a big bushy head of hair, reeked of dope, was clearly fucked up. And he was like, all right, man, you want to do some twists and dives and shit? And I'm like, sure.
Fuck no.
No.
No, you definitely trust him.
I was like, whatever, dude. Whatever will get us out of this airplane. That's what I want to do. So we did. We leaped out and we twisted and turned and dived and rolled, and then the chutes popped, and that was very painful because the harness goes right up the old crotchal area, So it was like an atomic wedgie immediately.
I like an atomic wedgie.
Yeah. What's that?
Sounds about as much fun as diving with sharks.
Yeah, it's right up that. Yes, right in that kind of wheelhouse. Because I did that too.
Jump the water first. Before we put a wetsuit on so we look like a giant seal.
Right, and then hop into the cage. And away you go. All right.
Look, I would skydive, big pass on shark diving.
Yes.
Ah, you're in a cage. They can't hurt you. They're friendly.
Yeah. Okay.
They just want to be loved. Is that so wrong? Anyway, so yeah,
Loved by literally anyone else.
yeah. All right, fine. That's fine. So we skipped right over y'all's personal news because you weren't here for it. So we're going to ask you, Sarah, any personal news this week?
First, should we catch him up real quick?
On what?
Kyler's a criminal.
Well, Kryla's
Oh
not.
God! Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the family.
You're in.
Right, he had kind of a gang initiation in which he,
First rite of passage.
yeah,
There you go.
he and some little buddies stole some spray paint. I'll catch you up, and then they went into a tunnel and spray painted. And Officer Doolittle or Officer Little Dick or Officer Smith, whatever his name is, caught them and put them up against the wall, read them the riot act, and then now they have to go to court for criminal mischief.
Wow, he's really doing it right. He's getting the whole tour.
Yeah, he's doing it. So,
Tell them the best part.
oh, and the best part is that Uncle Guy has to write a $2,000 check to get him off the hook because that's what an attorney and the fine's going to cost him.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, is your shit working or what? Sarah Murphy.
I think so.
Oh, man, it's
Yeah.
working like a
Excellent.
champion. You got any personal news?
No.
Yes, you do.
What?
You finished classes this week.
I did finish my classes this week.
All
Are you a
right.
doctor?
Woo!
So, you finished your classes for what? Your master's degree?
Like this semester.
Oh, wow.
So I'll have a week off and then I have to do more classes.
Oh, I
But
see.
yes.
Well, what are you going to be when you grow up?
I have no idea.
But
No, right now I'm doing clinical counseling, but
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
yeah.
I need a lot. I use that a lot. I use counseling a lot.
Well,
No, I think you use counsel a lot.
yeah.
I use both.
That's good. That's real good. Well, it's nice to have a clinical counselor in the family.
It might be-
Yeah,
it might
sure.
be self-preservation for having married into the family.
Well, that's a good point right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had
She
I
can
but
diagnose a lot.
Right. All right. She diagnoses a lot. Does she diagnose you a lot, Sarah Shin?
I don't know, Murphy. Do you diagnose me a lot?
It's way more than I should.
I look forward to you diagnosing all of us individually
Yeah.
on vacation.
Oh, okay. First collectively and then individually.
Yes, it'll be a good time.
It'll be a great time. All right. So, Sarah Shin, what's your personal news?
Went shopping and spent $230 on shit I don't need for the house.
All right. Good deal. Well, we do that pretty near every fucking day.
Congratulations on homeownership.
I mean, I don't know how we
Yeah.
managed to spend so much. I'll give you an example. So we go last night to eat Mexican food. That's what we went to go do. Then we wander into the new soap store, and we wander out. We wander out $160 poorer. I don't know how it happened.
Buying Christmas gifts for the girls, so you just told them. Congratulations, and bitched about it. So enjoy it, ladies. I thought of
that's
you. I
fatherhood.
want you to have nice things.
So enjoy your fucking self.
You know what? I will. Because last time I went into the soap store, Murphy's like, I'm going to drop you off. I trust you. And I came out about $100 poorer. And she's like, that's not what I meant. I meant that you could pick out the right scents. I didn't mean that you could go hog wild and spend $100 on soap.
Yeah. Well,
So
Oh, look, Murph and Shin have something in common here.
which is what?
You, Shin Dad. You don't want Sarah and I spending too much money on soap products.
No, not at all. I think that's something that Sarah Murphy and you have in common. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's Sarah Murphy
No.
and me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to match it
Do
all up.
you know who you are?
No, clearly.
Well,
He does now.
fucking A right. Anyway, well, good thing we've got a clinical counselor who can help identify who the fuck I am at any given moment. That's helpful. All right. So anyway, great personal news. That's real good. So what we're discussing at the moment before we kind of sidetracked into the round 2 of personal news was this flat earther nonsense. And I call it nonsense because it's clearly nonsense. What
Well,
are your
it's just
thoughts
like-
about this?
hey, it's just like climate change deniers. They're in the same league.
You think they are?
No, I do think flat earthers are a bunch of dumbass motherfuckers, but you know.
All right. Well, that's a pretty harsh indictment of dumbass motherfuckers. But
Well-
it is what it is. I
Right.
guess. Go ahead.
It's a fair assessment.
Okay, good. Now, coming from you, that means something, Guy, because you're a straight talker. You're a truth teller.
Some say it is so.
Others say no. But I say so, and I have spoken. Speaking of which, we started watching The Mandalorian this week.
Ooh, how is it?
It's very good, I think.
Very, very good. 5 of 5 stars. Would watch again.
So,
Is it on Disney
What
Plus?
is it on, HBO or something?
no, it's
Disney
on-
Plus.
It is on Disney Plus, and that leads us into our probably most significant personal news, which is that we began.
What, dude?
This means I know somebody who has it and they can give me their password.
I don't know if it works that way exactly, but I will give it to you because I'm your father and I love you.
Wait a minute. Can't like Netflix, can't you choose how many screens you want?
I don't think that's the way it works. You get one effing screen because it's Disney Plus, because Mickey's always watching. Mickey Mouse is always watching.
Are you telling me you did not read the T's and C's?
Every Disney Plus account can stream 4 devices simultaneously and can create 7 user profiles.
Bingo.
Aw, shit.
You can't see me right now because my camera's off, but I'm dancing.
All right. Well, guess what? You also have Disney Plus. So after, wow. Okay. So after the
So
pod,
do we, as it turns out.
yeah, right. Everybody if you're listening to this podcast right now, the username. Anyway,
By the way, Nick,
You now
you're
have
out.
Disney Plus.
yeah. You now have Disney Plus. Congratulations. Anyway,
The
so
good news is there's not enough people listening to make a difference.
that is the good news. Always the good news. All right. So anyway, yeah. So Disney Plus, here's my review. It's like Netflix for Disney. There you go.
I'm a big fan. We already watched Moana, which I hadn't seen before, which I liked
Ooh,
more
that's
than
a
I
good one.
expected to. Yeah, and The Mandalorian. And Thor, the first Thor.
What is
Thor.
The Mandalorian? What is it about?
So The Mandalorian is set in the, what I would call the interwar period. The Empire has fallen, but the Republic has not really asserted itself yet, and the New Order has not yet arisen. And so, as a result, there's a period of chaos and Wild West style action out there.
You
sounds
could have
so
just
good.
said it's Star Wars.
Right,
Would have
okay.
been fine.
Yeah, it's,
Murphy's lost interest so much that she's sitting back. Like she's checked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's real
Is
good.
it Star Wars? It sounded so much like Star Wars.
It is.
Yeah, and then I'm gone.
yeah, okay. So it is Star Wars. But I will
It's
just,
a cool Star Wars.
yeah, it's a cool Star Wars with the Clint Eastwood.
That's an oxymoron.
It's a,
The cartoon?
Wow.
no, it's live action. I mean, each episode is about 30 minutes, and
It's a series. Okay.
yeah, and it follows the adventures of a bounty hunter known as the Mandalorian.
It's directed by
Interesting.
John Favreau.
Well,
I'm going to say his
The
name
first
wrong.
episode was directed by
Oh.
John Favreau. The second episode was not directed by John Favreau.
How many
Kyler
episodes
and I
are there?
watched an interesting movie called The Peanut Butter Falcon.
It was good, right?
I thought it was all right. Yeah, I mean, it was you know, I like the kid from Holes. So, and he was in it. He starred in it.
Shia
But yeah,
LaBeouf.
Ask your dad to say that. Pete, say his name.
Shia LaBeouf. What?
Nothing. Good
He has
job.
to
You
be-
did 10 out of 10 on that one, bud.
Oh,
He has to be called the kid from Holes because nobody knows how to really pronounce his name.
No, it's not hard. Shia LaBeouf. That's
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Are
So
you sure it's not Shia LaBeouf?
yeah, that's what that's what I instinctually wanted to go with was Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, but that's wrong.
It is wrong, and I know it. It's not like Gandalf, for example.
Or Azkaban.
I'm pretty sure that you always know it's wrong. You just pick and choose when you want to be an asshole.
That is not true, and it is Gandalf. All right. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
moving on. So yeah, I recommend Disney Plus for anybody who likes great entertainment because, first of all, it's not that expensive. If you bought it before it came online, it was less than $7 a month. It was $70 for a whole year. That's a pretty good value. And
You
then
have to buy it by the year, or can you buy it by the month?
you can buy it by the month. It's like $7.99 a month. Not that you need to.
Now?
My issue, though, and we all knew this was going to happen, is now you need so many streaming services that you might as well just be paying for cable, but now you're just paying for them separately.
Yeah, the only reason to pay for cable at this point is NFL football. But
You
if
can get that on Prime.
some. You can't get all the games on Amazon Prime.
All the
And
ones
he
I
needs
need.
all the games.
Who needs all the games? I need all the. I need access.
That's what I said. He needs.
Yeah, we
all
need
the
Red
games.
Zone in our lives. But I have heard
What
that
games? I mean, how many games do you get on Amazon Prime? Because anytime I've ever wanted to watch the Broncos, I just turn on Prime and bang, there it is.
Well, that's.
I didn't know that I had access to football, but I wish I didn't.
Oh, really? Why? Why do you wish you didn't?
I hate it that much.
wow.
Well, good news.
I'm sad that I'm patronizing them.
You have freedom of choice not to watch it, though.
I think the Broncos lost again, didn't they?
Fuck yeah, they did.
They had a wonderful first half.
Yeah, well, guess what? I said this to Elsie, too. They were up like 20-0 at the half, I believe. And I said, what they need to do right now is call in a bomb threat. They need to call in a bomb threat. Have the stadium evacuated and play. You just have the game canceled with a 20-0 win. That's what they should have done. But they didn't take my advice because, they're sane. And so they went on to play the second half and then the Minnesota Vikings scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. How do you do that? What kind of defense do we have? Anyway.
None.
In any case, is anybody doing any sort of Friendsgiving situations next weekend?
Yes. We're doing a family Thanksgiving thing the day before we fly out because we hate each other and ourselves.
I don't think that's Friendsgiving, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Where are you flying to?
New York.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah, so are you calling this hate giving? Hate's giving? No, okay.
No, it's really, when I say hate each other, I'm talking specifically about Murphy and me because it will be stressful.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So, and then we're going to get on a plane, which is stressful.
Yeah. Wow. Stress giving.
And then we're flying in right as the Macy Days parade gets out. So that's going to be super stressful.
Nah, not at all.
No, because your taxi or Uber or somebody else is having to deal with that, not you.
I guess.
Just
you guys will
relax.
deal with the weight.
Episode of WKRP in Cincinnati where Les Nessman did the great turkey drop.
Oh, man, that's classic. Yes. I swear as God is my witness.
Reminds me of that. I thought, but as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
One of the greatest lines in sitcom history. Yes, indeed. All right, so sorry you're going to have a stressful Saturday. What can I say?
That'll be fun.
That's going to be Wednesday, you said, right?
Correct.
Oh, sorry you're going to have a stressful Wednesday.
No. I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
It'll be great.
It'll be great. There's going to be a lot of gratitude. But, the holidays are stressful. And that's why it's important for us to talk about how we de-stress during the holidays. I, for example, like to fill a bubble bath and light some candles and I try to drown myself.
Ritualistically.
Meanwhile, I'm doing all the cooking
Right.
and all of the running around. But speaking of, so we're having our Thanksgiving on Saturday because Noah is driving up from Florida with his girlfriend, Jenny.
Yeah,
And
Noah,
then-
our beloved son.
Yes. And then my best friend since I was 5 years old is coming into town the same day. So we're going to have Thanksgiving meal Saturday night and hang out with everybody Sunday. And then everybody's going to do their own thing.
Yeah, and for the record, I never provide any assistance around here. I'm mainly in the bubble bath most of the time.
You said, not me.
Bubble bath and bitching. I got it.
I said I
How
do the
we
cooking.
handle our holiday stress is we spray paint frozen turkeys and throw them through the window of the food bank.
I like that.
Kidding.
That's a good one.
We already mentioned that.
Yeah, we did. And how about you, Sarah and Sarah?
Well, what?
How do you manage your holiday stress?
We don't.
Right. We manage our holiday stress by screaming at each other.
We do the good American thing and we bottle it up and we don't say anything about it.
Put it in a box, shove it down deep inside.
Until,
Yep.
yeah.
The good news is that after it's all done, you got a counselor to help you out with it.
So true.
I'm not sure it works that way. Sarah Murphy, does it work that way?
We can try and see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's do that.
Well, the way I like to de-stress after a stressful family holiday situation?
No. How?
By going down to Ziff's.
Oh.
That's right, Ziff's. Fine dining in a relaxed continental atmosphere right there in Invercargill, New Zealand. Get yourself their holiday pumpkin spice, freshly slain kiwi juice, along with some delicious ostrich meat right there at Ziff's Fine Dining in Invercargill, New Zealand. Proud fake sponsors of a Shin Show for over 100th of a century. And then when you're done with that, head on over to the throne room for a... What? No, you're mad now.
No,
Why are you mad?
I'm not mad.
You seem
I was
angry.
going to say you just go straight back to the bar, but then you segued into the tattoo shop so quickly I couldn't mention it. So I'm not mad. I just got out of your way.
Oh, you seem frustrated.
That's the problem of sharing a microphone.
It sure is. Anyway, so then we go on over to the throne room, get ourselves a light, refreshing tattoo after our fine dining at Ziff's, and then our holiday stress disappears. Poof.
Dude, what is a light, refreshing tattoo?
Some thin lines. It doesn't hurt quite as bad as that deep searing solid
You're
black
not supposed
paint.
to call him out on his shit, dude.
Oh, is that an unspoken rule I just broke?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I'm glad you did.
No, that's the funniest thing that's happened this entire show thus far.
I concur.
Yeah.
All right, dudes, I'm out.
All right, Uncle Guy. Good to talk to you. Always a pleasure.
Good to see you,
Alrighty.
Santa. I've been a good girl.
Don't listen to her. He knows anyway. He's been watching.
Oh, shit. Creepy now. Now I just think of a guy watching us. I don't like it.
All right, love you, brother.
Love you. Peace out.
All right, well, that's out. When he's out, he's out. He's done. So back to the light, refreshing tattoo concept. I think it's incumbent at this time, and I wish Guy had stuck around for this because I've been meaning to get a tattoo. All right, my body,
What? Who the fuck are you? Who are you?
This is news to me. I want to hear this.
What do you mean it's news to you? We've talked about it for years.
I never ever once took you seriously.
Well, nor should you now.
Okay.
But nevertheless,
I've been thinking about it.
yeah, this perfect temple. All right,
Perfect.
this mountain.
Chiseled temple.
Right.
Can I please be there? Please?
Okay.
Can we
Let's
do
do
this?
it in New
Can we
York. Let's
this
do it in
2
New York.
weeks?
Oh my God, yes.
Can we go to New York?
Yes.
And get a tattoo?
Family tattoos.
Well, we could.
I don't know about family tattoos. I just want to watch Dad do it.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. Well, no, we've already agreed that when we go to Invercargill, New Zealand, we're going to go to the throne room and I'll get a little microphone.
Well, yeah, you
Oh,
can
that's
get
right. Okay,
more
all
than
right.
one tattoo. You don't have to stop at one. No one does.
$20 says he's stopping at one tattoo.
All right, I'll see that because I don't think we're ever actually going to get to Invercargill.
You don't think so?
No, I'm a doubter.
Wow. That's where's your hope, man? Where's your dream? Where's your sense of adventure?
It'd be awesome. I'm just not
In
going to
the
hold my
dictionary,
breath.
next to the IPA definition, or, pronunciation of adventure.
We're going to Invercargill next fucking year. That's where we're going. We're going to Ecuador this year. We're going to Invercargill, New Zealand next year. That's where we're going.
But wouldn't it be better if everyone went with us?
Yeah, everyone's going with us. Everyone's going.
Put it down on the
Start
calendar
saving
now.
now, everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's my point. My point is that outside of the idea of getting a tiny microphone or some sort of shin show related tattoo, whilst we're in Invercargill, which we may or may not ever get to.
We'll get to.
What I'm trying to get at is I have yet to see a tattoo concept that grabbed me so significantly that I wanted to put it on my body until I croak.
You're thinking about it too much, dude.
Just get a vagina on your sternum and move on.
Get a vagina on my sternum? That's
Yeah.
disgusting. Why would I do that?
You could just get, what's the Georgia O'Keeffe flowers?
Yeah,
You
that's
get
what
flowers
I'm saying.
instead, and then it's like tasteful or whatever.
Yeah. Right, exactly. It's like our scenic dick pics, only better.
So so you probably don't know about the scenic dick pics, okay?
Yeah. Or what?
Yeah. All right. So
Wait. So, those kind of like...
Come again?
You see those greeting cards where it's like an Indian on a paint horse in the woods, and the pattern on the horse like blends in with the wood, so it's like a picture within a picture kind of a deal.
Okay.
So we figured you could make a shitload of money.
and by the way, when she says we, she means she. But keep going.
Everybody else is glomming onto this. It's going to get big. So we decided that if you did like a scenic dick pic, right, where it's blended in and you have to really like notice it's there, if you sold it just right and you like had a whole gallery show, you could talk about how it, it's against toxic masculinity and it's a big statement on society. And like if you just sold it right, you could make so much fucking money. And then after that kind of runs its cycle of like trend, you could then move on to like vaginas where it's like a tunnel in the woods and it's like really a vagina. You could so get away with it if you did it tastefully. But it's all about the statement and how you sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they already have that.
Oh, they do. No kidding.
Yeah, you just got to Google scenic dick pic. And then look
And
them
have
right
that
up.
No,
in
I've
your
never
search
done it.
history
I'm doing
forever.
it now.
Oh, I'll do it on Nick's computer right now.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, I'll be darned. So, no, I'm not putting a scenic vagina or a scenic dick as a tattoo on my body. I'm not doing it.
But anyway, the point is that if you see something and you like it, you could just get a tattoo of it, and it doesn't like you don't focus on the until you croak thing.
Oh, I see. So don't think about the long-term consequences of the tattoo. Just think about, do I like it today? That's the important thing, right?
Just make sure it's like something that you won't hate 10 years from now either.
Well, wait a minute. That's the exact opposite of what she just said.
But it's not like that deep. Like, as long as you're not like, oh, God, like, okay, you would never get Chumbawamba is the best song or band, or I can't even remember. It's Tub Thumpers, the song, right? Yeah. So Chumbawamba is the best band ever. Like, don't tattoo that. That's dumb.
That's a lot of words anyway. You would want Chumbawamba rules.
Okay, good point.
Or Chumbawamba
Although,
rocks.
actually, now you could get that tattoo and it would be funny, ironic, but you wouldn't. Just don't marry yourself to something that's going to be short-lived.
Chumbawamba 42069. Come on.
Okay.
Good point.
Yeah. All right. Chumbawamba for life. All right. So anyway, but do you have any serious suggestions? You said, just some flowers.
I mean, that's what I did. It was just some flowers. I think my next tattoo is going to be some more flowers. Maybe a bee.
Well, I like that you're saying
more flowers,
dude.
Yeah, I like flowers.
I like flowers.
What
do you like?
What do you like?
Dude, I don't know, but what I like is that everything that you're saying twice. I enjoy that. That's awesome. It's emphasis.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, you're doing something weird with your computer. It's okay. It's fine. In any event, so something I like. I got it. All right, well, I'll figure it out. I guess I'm not going to get any suggestions from you girls. I thought I would get
What
some.
do you like? That's the suggestion.
Harmonica. Get a fucking harmonica. There you go.
You totally could. When we go to Invercargill, New Zealand, you got to incorporate the harmonica into your podcast shit.
Dude, you got to do something else.
Yeah, you're your own personal echo.
You are. You're like in an echo chamber.
You're fucked. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's a bad deal. So, Sarah, do you have any suggestions, Sarah Murphy? Tattoo suggestions for me?
Dude, get a chicken.
There's some legitimate advice I can get behind right there. Or harmonica. Yeah, get me a chicken. So you're thinking like a rooster, right? Maybe a guinea?
A guinea would be cool.
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
Realistic colors, though, with the bluish head and wrinkles.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Photorealistic. I'd want a photorealistic guinea. For sure. All right, now we're getting someplace. Yeah. Elsie's no help. She's just looking through Facebook.
I already told you to get a harmonica. What more do you want from me?
The harmonica doesn't do it for me. I'm thinking maybe Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Cool.
Photorealistic Snap, Crackle, and Pop. From Rice Krispies. From the Rice Krispies.
That can't possibly go wrong.
No.
Never.
What about just like a picture of a microwave?
Okay, I like where this is going.
Well, I think it's gone all the way further it's going. What do you mean where it's going? It's gone there. Yeah, I'm a picture of
But what if the microwave is open and there's like a pig head in the inside?
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Hog Lagoon head.
The genuine Hog Lagoon. All right, well, in any event, I guess that has run its course. I'm still not hearing anything.
Or just a pig's hoof. Like, not the rest of the pig, just the hoof.
In the microwave.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or in a jar.
Yeah, pickled pig foot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, this is why you have to think of it yourself. When other people tell you what to tattoo, it's not going to go well.
You didn't say suggestions were closed.
Yeah,
so
that's true. The floor remains open for further suggestions. All right, but I think I'm going to go ahead and close that floor right now.
Or get a mandala on your ass.
Should I get a mandala on my ass? I don't think so, dog. That doesn't appeal to me.
It doesn't spark joy.
No.
It should. Your asshole could be the center.
Oh.
Ouch. That just sounds painful. No. That's just a tender area. You're disgusting. Oh, my God. All right. So, yeah, let's not talk about tattoos anymore. Okay. So, I've kind of gone over all the sporting news already. Ladies, do you have any sporting news? Did you guys watch the fights last night?
No.
Really?
No, son.
You didn't watch the fights?
We went deer hunting on Friday and, Saturday. So we did not watch the fights.
Did you get anything?
No.
Got cold? Probably.
I got cold.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you didn't bag a buck or a doe. Did you?
There's always next weekend.
Did you come close?
No.
Not even.
I didn't see anything.
I see. No quarry was sighted. Unfortunate.
That's sad. My parents just bought a new house in Colorado and got to have deer mating in their yard all week, apparently. So you really missed out.
I don't know.
Clearly should have just gone there.
Yeah. Scenic dick pics with the deer.
Right.
Right. All right. So, yeah. There's nothing worse. If you're a deer, what's the worst way to get killed? When you're getting it on, right? You're getting it on, think that you're in the rut, things are going good, and then bam!
Right.
You're
yeah.
dead.
That's probably the
real
best
sad.
time. Like, endorphins are high.
Well,
That's fair. That's
right.
fair.
There you're going out on a high note. Good point. All right. Well, that's a good thought. Something to think about there for, a murder-suicide deal later. Yeah? Okay, good. All right. So, sorry the deer hunting didn't pan out. I feel
Did
bad
you all
about
just
that.
hear that he's going to fucking kill me while we're having sex?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I didn't
I
hear
did.
that.
I picked that up.
I didn't hear
Did we
that.
talk
God.
about that?
I said it was an idea. That's all.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't say it was a good
That's
idea.
a good way to never get laid again.
Well, not by
The
you.
look on your
All right.
face was like, I just done fucked up.
Oops. It's all for good cause. All right. Anyway, so what do you guys got going on this week? Anything exciting? It's a week before Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Eve week. Something.
Well, it's your week
Nah.
off from class, so that'll be nice, right, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't have a 24-page paper to do.
All right. Well done.
What are you going to do with all your free time?
I don't know.
Fallout.
Yeah, I might play Fallout again.
Okay. Good. Sarah Shin, you have a big week ahead of you, or no?
It's a week.
All right. Got it. You have an update on the murder?
No.
No, there was a thing. There was a whole thing with OSHA. Like, apparently because an employee died in our parking lot, we were supposed to report it to OSHA and didn't.
Oh, I
so
see.
the insurance guy, when he caught wind of it, was like, whoa, you got to go to OSHA right now. And OSHA came in and was like, yeah, you're going to get a fine because you didn't report it to us within 8 hours or something ridiculous. And we're going to inspect the premises and see what you did for lighting and blah, 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 blah. So it was like, they were super serious about it. And they're like, we need to get the police report from the police. And they did. And then once they got the police report, they were like, yeah, you're good, dog.
Okay.
Fuck the fine. Forget all of that. We're good. So that was interesting.
Well, what a relief, though. I had no idea that the Occupational Safety and Health Administration would get involved in a murder beef.
Well, it's an employee
It's
died
not-
on our property.
Yeah, it's not safe to be murdered.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
OSHA would like a word.
right. Well, you did have to change the sign at your place of employment, right? It's been 0 days since any employees have been
Oh my
murdered.
God. I should put one of those up.
That's so fucked up.
I'd probably get in trouble.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's been several weeks now, so it could be like 27 days or however many
Yeah,
days it's
it'd be
been.
worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, you might get fired, but it would be worth it.
Right. Well, these are the kinds of good ideas you can count on your father for.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
I can always move back in with you.
Oh, you bet. Bring the whole family. Bring the dogs, bring the chickens, bring your wife.
I'm not sure who's going to kill whom first, but I guarantee you that will end in blood.
Well, perhaps, but I will tell you one thing. The chicken's going to love me because I'm going to have that kick-ass guinea cat too right on my shoulder. So the chickens will naturally flock to me.
It's against our HOA, so...
Wow, your beloved stepmother's kind of acing you out on this, but I'm telling you
Just
the
the
door's open.
chickens. I'm not saying the
chicken.
girls are against HOA.
You seem to imply that the
It's
girl...
in the policy, Harold. No lesbians.
I don't think that's true, in fact. But in any event.
Well, how would you know? You never read the T's and
Yeah.
C's.
You don't know,
I didn't.
obviously.
I clearly did not
It
read
said
the
no
T's and
chicks.
C's.
That
Yeah.
could mean lesbians.
I don't believe so. All right. Anyway, so yeah, you're welcome to move back in. So just a regular work week for you, and really just a regular work week for Elsie and myself until Friendsgiving on the 23rd, featuring, as she mentioned, Noah and her best friend since she was 5 years old,
And their significant others.
and their significant others, and ourselves.
Oh, shit. We have to be here?
Yeah, right. We're just going to make everything and say, you all dig in, we got to bounce. So, yeah, it is. Actually, I do have to turn down somebody else's Friendsgiving. I haven't done that yet.
Oh, shit, Gina. Sorry. Chris, if you see her before Peter does, give her the word.
Chris doesn't know her that well.
No.
All right, anyway, so Chris, shout out to Chris, our regular listener. Chris, hey, hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And a shout out to Ben. Ben, hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving as well. Actually, I don't know if we'll have a pod between, yeah, we will. We'll have a pod between now and Thanksgiving, won't we?
It's probably the only way to make Noah participate.
That's a good point.
Are we going to do one from New York?
Yeah, well, we'll have to work all that out. I mean, our listeners are going to be dying to know, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be great to pod from New York, don't you?
We'll have to bring our equipment. They won't be bringing theirs.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. We can move the sound booth. We'll just undo that, and we'll take it up to the Airbnb. It'll be fine.
We'll bring the cat shit with us.
Yeah, the cat shit can come along right on top like it does. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself.
You have a truck.
We'll all
We can make it
sit
work.
around one microphone. It'll work.
Yeah, it'll work.
Campfire style.
Campfire style.
Yeah, it'll be like the ancients did when they told stories to keep away the demons and explain the natural phenomenon around them. It'll be like that, except we'll all be wearing clothes instead of bearskins. And instead of a fire, we'll have a glowing TV with a football game on, or perhaps a brutal contest of UFC fighters. No? None of this?
Word.
No? Thank you, Sarah.
I was just so drawn in by the picture you were painting.
Yeah, it was a word picture. Theater of the mind is what it was. All right. Well, I guess we're probably going to wrap up because I don't think we have that much more to talk about. Or is there anything that we're missing?
Nah.
No, that's it? All right. Well, yes, Elsie.
Where's Nick? What is this
Not
social
here.
engagement?
Yeah, what is this alleged social engagement? Is he off riding a mechanical bull?
Maybe.
Dude, he's going to. I'm not even going to talk shit. I'm just going to record him doing it, and then I'll tell you what he said.
Report back.
Yeah.
Well, I would say the best
That's why I asked the question, because, not going to say anything.
Okay, good.
I think the bonus for us when Nick's gone is when Murphy participates, which I think we all have decided is a bonus.
Oh, my God, it's huge. It's huge. Chris agrees, by the way. Our primary listener who gives me feedback every week. He says, oh, man, that's Sarah Murphy. She's spot on. True story.
Oh, that's awesome. He's the only one here with a brain.
Yeah.
Wow. Throwing shade.
Wow.
Fair enough. Okay. What? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to say, who do you talk to when your counselor's being a bitch?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
who's the
Family.
counselor's
That's what
manager?
your family's for.
Well, yeah, what if your counselor is your family? This is why you never counsel your family. That's what I understand.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can get your license pulled for that, but good thing for me, I don't have a license. So
Shit.
Yeah, you're kind of out of luck, Sarah Shin. Sorry.
All right.
Well, you married her. Well, actually, technically, I
did.
married you both, but I mean, not
That
actually.
sounds really fucked up. All right. On that note, let's go. Let's go before we get worse.
God damn it. A Shin Show is a production of Shinfluence. It features the voices and opinions of the Shin family, which are exclusively their own. It's brought down a fake basis each week by Ziff's Fine Dining in Invercargill, New Zealand, and by The Throne Room, Great Tattoos, also in Invercargill, New Zealand. You can join us each week on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or wherever you get podcasts. Be sure and join us again next week when we probably won't hear Sarah Murphy say something like,
I know I've said this before, but do you do that on purpose? Do you put it upside down on purpose?
No.
Or backwards?
This is the first time in weeks that it's happened, in fact. It was just an
Yeah,
accident.
like a week and a half.
And
Yeah,
we
like
only
a
pod
whole
weekly,
week.
so it's weird.
No, it's been 2 weeks. It's been at least 2 weeks since I screwed up. This is like,
That's like a motto. I'm going to get that on a shirt for you. It's been at least 2 weeks since I screwed up.
Please do.
love you, girls.
Love you. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.